Okay, down at the start. Prince of Wales Challenge Cup between University of St Andrews and the Windsorian Rowing Club. Neither crew has won Henley, neither club has won Henley so far. And here they are going down the island, both crews attacking the first few strokes.
Yeah, as always with these quads, we see fast and furious. Pretty good steering from both crews, really attacking it in that St Andrews crew that has slightly higher rate coming out, really attacking it, seeing if they can get an earlier advantage. I think they are just maybe creeping ahead a little.
The Windsorian crew has a lot of experience. Between them, they have best part of 20 times they've raced at this regatta, whereas the University of Andrews crew none of the athletes have ever raced at this regatta.
I haven't, but there's a real spirit building at that St Andrews Boat Club. They're funding, they're raising funds at the moment for a new boathouse on the Union Canal. They've got their first junior crew ever here. They've got a bigger squad than often coming to Henley, and so they really want to keep developing. Again, they have a huge program of outreach at St Andrews, and the reason they're building a bigger boathouse is to reach out to even more communities in their area. And of course, they have a lot of inspirational alumni, including Dame Catherine Granger.
Indeed. Here they are, about 2 lengths up. The St Andrews University really sculling very nicely there. Nice rhythm, slowly steering back onto their station. Very neat, didn't you say?
I like it, yeah. I think it's good, isn't it? It's cohesive. I think they could relax a little, maybe go for a little more length just to kind of loosen out, but it's tight, isn't it? And that's what you want in quads. You want to have that, so you don't want any sideways movements, rocking and rolling. You want to be straight up and down.
And this is the first race of the Prince of Wales this year at the regatta, so I guess nerves for everybody waiting, seeing all the racing yesterday and then finally getting to row.
Yeah, it brings tension, doesn't it? Your first time down the course, getting used to the popple you get here that you probably haven't had on the Union Canal. You don't get quite the same bounce as you have at Henley. And so there's a lot to adjust there for the crew. So it's always good to have that first race done. There's a bit of lung burning that goes on in every race, but perhaps that first one as well as a reminder of what's required to get through to the next round.
And also it's been quite tricky for especially the inexperienced crews, because they've had a couple of days less training here. Normally they have the weekend before, but this year, because of qualifiers being at Dorney and everything, the crews weren't here on the weekend. So, like you said, getting used to the conditions, paddling down the course, had less time to get adjusted. But they're really nicely sculling there. It looks like they might be relaxing a bit more. Yeah,
I think they are actually. Second half, now they're sort of feeling, you can hear that rhythm really tight as the oars come out, very clean extraction each time. Doing a good job there. Need to make sure they keep that relaxation for them. I think that's going to be key if pressure comes on from the Windsorian crew or at any point later in the regatta. We need to make sure those shoulders are relaxed. We can see a real battling going on in that Windsorian crew, trying to see if they can just lengthen out, put another push in, see if they can put some pressure back.
And there's a lot of experience in that Windsor Old Boys School, because there's several previous winners of Henley in the Forley, and many of these have been to Junior World Championships. So that for the St Andrews crew to be doing this kind of a job on them, it's really very impressive.
It is, yeah. I mean, Ross Brogan at 3, he completed the Ironman UK in early July this year, so there's some great fitness, some great athletes in there, because they haven't had that much time together in the boat. So, you know, the challenge is for them to kind of really hone their skills and physiology as a crew, and I think they've had more time in a boat, perhaps in that St Andrews crew, which we're seeing just paying off here.
Yeah, indeed. They raced at Bucks, and they were 3rd in the intermediate quads, and really showing how well drilled they are here, making good work of this. Still quite tricky, the water, isn't it? You can see it really is bouncing the boat around a bit.
Yeah, you have to be really kind of level, making sure your weight's on both feet as you move forward. So if the boat wobbles, you don't wobble with it.
So what does that mean when you say weight on their feet? What are the athletes trying to do?
So as you travel forward, so in between the strokes, you want to make sure your weight is balanced on both feet. You're not able to then move sideways. But here we see them charging up, crossing the line first.
So that's University of St Andrews winning the first race of the Prince Wales Challenge Cup, and the Old Windsorians crossing the line in a victory by Clearwater by St Andrews.